They're going to go with Fade themselves. Engineer Fade, very dangerous, of course. And Swiddle made the point earlier that especially something like a Fade Parasite is very scary. So I wonder if Justice League, maybe eyeing that Parasite, going to be going with the jungle themselves. And looking to play extra aggressive this game. Bubbles is the final regular pick here. Coming out by Animosity, of course. So a strong 3-man lane right there. But of course now the idea was Scout. Obviously it can be a nuisance to your jungler. But if you want more of that aggressive tri-lane perhaps, that could be something that might not be as affected by that Scout. Try to force Tempest out of his own jungle. So I still think Parasite could be a very legit option here for Justice League. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're at least thinking about it. But, you know, if they're not going to go that... maybe something along the lines of the Master of Arms or Torture even, so more of that diverse. Is it going to be more of the farming style of hero or support in the end? You'll have to wait and see. Probably a hero set like that, though, are the 3 that I'm really looking at for Justice League, and I'm sure Boy, once again, keeping that in mind. And yes, Internet Gangsters versus Stay Green, they have started their game number 1, so once again, an update on that. Looks like they are in that first game, and Stay Green in a pretty comfortable spot, as you can see. One of the Corrupted Disciple. Limp is back, as we were talking about. He didn't play yesterday, of course, but he is back today. And IG, looking out for them right there. Speaking of Corrupted, DCX going to go Corrupted themselves. So they decide to go with their carry here. One in that Corrupted Disciple pick. That, of course, does give a little more information as far as what we're possibly going to see here. But Parasite's going to be banned with a second ban for TPS prices. So, yeah. Again, that means they went down over something like a possible Parasite. Andromeda was the first ban. You see Sandwraith and Dampier being taken out by DCX. So they're taking out some hard carries themselves. So they got the Corrupted. Take out a couple other ones. Maybe going to finish with something like with that Moon Queen ban. You know, Pestilence was a hero that, a lot of hype around that hero, and he was even starting to make a splash on the scene for a little bit, but in the end, yeah, we haven't seen him now for a while once again, so I think he kind of went through his phase. It was fun while it lasted, but yeah, see Moon Queen, the final ban right there. With the Rally being the final one from Animosity, but... oh, well, that kind of just... I was kind of looking at that as maybe a possibility here for Animosity, but no, they're actually going to go Pharaoh, so interesting. This is setting up to be more of a farming scout in the end. So obviously, again, those hard carries being banned, the Dampier, the Moon Queen, Sandwraith, they just say, well, we do have a scout on our team. We'll just go ahead and use him as more of our farming. And especially with no jungler. Wow, stop everything. Holy crap, Hellbringer just picked up. What? I love it. Hellbringer coming out here for Justice League. That is amazing. That is amazing. I love Hellbringer. I don't even know if we've seen Hellbringer since the change to his ultimate, honestly. I don't know if we have. And if anything, it must have not been a much serious of a game, because here we are. I mean, this is it. Game number 3. The loser of this is done here in cycle number 4. The winner moving on to stay alive. And they go Hellbringer. Now, it's been such a long time. I want to say Hellbringer does stop Shrunken Head Tempest. I want to say it does. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong on that, chat, but I want to say it does. Again, it's been a long time since we've had a Hellbringer in that matchup, but I do definitely recall that being the case. I believe it is a superior magic stun. So, that is something to keep in mind with that pick up there. Also, how are they going to lane it, though? This is going to be interesting. Love seeing Hellbringer, though. I will say, I wonder, is it going to be more of a support Hellbringer? And that's where I'm a little bit... Aluna's going to be picked up here by Animosity as their final pick. But yeah, again, they are clearly going to be going that farm scout here in the end. Again, they're not going up against a jungler, so maybe not as impactful there in that suicide lane. Deadwood to finish things off here by the Hellborn side. So, yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to be really a secondary support Hellbringer here, is what we're going to end up seeing. They're swapping around those heroes. But, I was also trying to think of his Life Void and how that could be beneficial for his team. But, I mean, this is not really a magic-heavy team. I mean, early on with the Corrupted with the Electric Tide, sure. But obviously, as the game picks up, he becomes more about that physical threat. And Deadwood's all about physical damage, so the Life Void, not really necessarily the most synergy coming out with that ability. In terms of being able to take advantage of that. The minus magic armor. But we have a Hellbringer being played by Storyfooter here. Saint Rock's playing the Deadwood, by the way. He usually plays that secondary support for these guys. But playing the Deadwood here, so what are we seeing, man? Unfortunately, we have a pause to start off the game, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we get to actually see what's going on here. But man, we're going to see Hellbringer. Now, again, I will say Hellbringer, the fun thing about this hero, too, those Unholy Shackles, man, these things are powerful. Minus 50% movement speed as well as minus 50 attack speed. That's a pretty big deal against a hero like Scout as the game gets into that later stage. Very useful against that. Of course, sure, we'll get taken out by a Shrunken Head in the end, but some good crowd control tool. Excellent harassment, especially in the laning phase with the Death Boil. I think you can argue it's one of the best in the game, even. I mean, it's just constant, a lot of, it's fairly short cooldown, 50-second cooldown, 100 mana cost, but good amount of damage, and it obviously it splits even as you level it up, so. And then, of course, the Life Void, like I was talking about. Now, again, this team isn't really all about the magic damage, so it's not as much synergy there, but what does this? And then there's the obvious Malphus.
Oh,
1, 2, and then eventually the 3.
All right, let's.
But again, if he's playing more of that secondary support, it's not going to be a Hellbringer that's. He's going to be underleveled, understandably, and I just want to see what they're going to let. Is that? I mean, what are we going to? Is it going to be a support Fade? Actually, no, it's not a support Fade. It's got the Hatchet shields. Hellbringer doesn't buy support items, though. I guess he kind of does. Got the wards being taken care of by Engineer right here. You see Hellbringer still sitting on 257 gold, but probably just waiting to either upgrade the courier or something else. But all 5 of them, all 5 of Justice League right here. They're going to head towards the bottom. And they're going to get the jungle warded up. But as you see, Animosity, are they going to the top lane? I don't think. Okay, he's just kind of up here. I don't know if he's actually planning on going to 7 mana potions. Jesus. And he's sitting on 7 freaking mana potions. That's quite a lot of mana potions. You see, they moved to block this game with the Rev. They got this one, the Ward of Sight. And that's where they'll land, it looks like. There's another Ward of Sight here on Deadwood. As he goes to the middle. So what are we seeing? Fade Engineer bottom. It's going to be a Hellbringer support for Deadwood, middle lane. That's just weird. That is just weird. Again, especially on top of the, where's he going? Are we going to see a jungle Deadwood? No. No, we went, what? Support Deadwood? Guys, what is going on? Somebody help me. Somebody please help me right now and answer what the hell is going on. I mean, Deadwood is basically, they pull the creep wave right here, so I think this is gonna be a jungling Deadwood. Which is just strange. I mean, he's a tree, but whoa, this is weird. Engineer Fade at the bottom lane. They are going to be matched up against a Scout, of course. Luna's down here to support him, and of course Tempest in his own jungle in the end. Obviously with those 2 camps blocked, it hurts, but he's still able to do these other ones, and I'm sure Panny will come along just fine as the game progresses on. But that means it is Hellbringer versus Bubbles middle lane. And I would think this is actually a pretty good matchup for Hellbringer. You see right there why. That Death Boil is going to be the bane of Bubbles. And as long as Storyfooter keeps that up, That'd be nice. Top lane, Corrupt the Disciple. Gonna take advantage of that conduit as he should. And yeah, Deadwood, sure enough. He is in the freaking jungle. I love it. You know, I love this. Not only because it's just innovative, it's something completely different, but we're not seeing a secondary support Hellbringer. We're seeing a solo mid. This is like old school HoN right here. I feel like we're 3 years ago right now. Back when the game was a lot more chaotic, there was no set strategies by any team, and they kind of just did what they wanted. That's what this game feels like right now. We have a freaking Hellbringer solo mid, a Deadwood jungle, NG Fade long lane. I mean, that's not that rare, but this is awesome. I love it. This is awesome. It does. Okay, so yeah, 6 minutes later, again with the delay, it does. I like how I asked that just to make sure, and then I get comments like, God, you're so bad on insight. I did not know that. It's like, I'm asking to make sure, guys. I mean, come on. Am I not allowed to do that? I'm asking to make sure here, just in case. And if I'm wrong, then I'll admit I'm wrong. I have no problem with that. Sometimes, chat. Sometimes. I should know absolutely everything about everything in the game. I know. I am a HoNcaster. I should know everything about everything. Still trying, man. 3.5, 4 years later, even. Oh, even more than that. Anyways, back to the game itself. We got Tempest setting up a gank. He's level 3. This could be big. All right, as they're going on to Luna as well. Will this backfire? Here comes Tempest. Stuns on the Engineer. He's going to throw down the turret. And Fade is still chasing a Luna. Will anyone die in the end? It doesn't look like it. Fade is now in a little bit of trouble, but yeah, she's going to easily be able to make it away in the end. So that almost backfired right there, but Fade does survive. Look at this in the middle matchup. A level 5 Hellbringer already versus a level 3 Bubbles. And you just see the Death Boil. Level 3 Death Boil. He has the, obviously, level 2 Life One on top of that. He is just keeping Bubbles boxed out here in the middle lane. He has his bottle already, and he is the top farm of the game, as, well, would expect, really. 280 gold per minute. This bottom matchup, kind of interesting down here. Fade, obviously, Fade Engineer long lane. We're in the man-up lane here against the Scout Illuna, and kind of a pseudo-trialing with Tempest being there as well, obviously. But Embry, he is 16-2, Fade 18-3. So Fade actually winning that matchup here. Top lane, gank attempt coming in. Deadwood coming in. Has the Rotten Grasp. You see Pharaoh try to juke a little bit right here, waiting for the animation. There's the animation. He does cancel, or he does juke it. Now can Zinz get away? The conduit up to 3 charges. Lock throw, Electric Tie connects. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, Pharaoh, another Mind Wall goes up, and Zinz will be fine. So the jungling Deadwood tries to come out and assist in a gank. Unsuccessful, though. How's he been doing, by the way? Not too shabby, you know, 200 gold per minute. Here goes Bottle here. I would assume this is also something they've practiced on. I don't think this is a strategy you just go, you know what, let's run a jungle Deadwood and a solo mid Hellbringer just randomly one game. Oh, nice catch on that Pharaoh. The Rotten Grasp hiding in the woods. Of course, the Mummy Walls, though, causing the issue. So Zinz able to react in time once again. And he is going to be fine. Still chasing right here. Zinz in trouble. I think it's still, once again, going to be fine. Look at Bubbles. Pablo McDaniels resorted to stacking the yellow camp and, you know, farming that up. Obviously, he's just getting completely owned here in the middle lane as far as his presence being felt there. Hellbringer. 280 gold per minute. Kind of sitting around there so far. He does have Malphus now. So we'll see if that comes into play here. Or not. I remember when that change came in, like, everyone was talking, that's the most overpowered thing ever, and why would they even allow that? And, you know, we never see him. I don't even think he's really seen a TMM that much either, so it's not even like a just not competitive thing. It is fun as hell to watch, though. It is fun as hell to watch. So here we are. Slow game. I mean, no kills obviously just yet, 6.5 minutes in. Fade is managing to really do a great job in this bottom lane of this matchup. So the Scout Aluna has just had troubles. I mean, obviously Fade Engineer, a very strong lane, and Tempest has not been able to make the biggest impact. They tried for that gank attempt, it was unsuccessful in the end, so. See the bottle picked up by Fade as well. I really wonder what Hellbringer's going to go for items. I mean, you know, something like eventually Restlestone obviously is a lot of fun. Oh, bottom lane, here comes a Tempest Ultimate, that's what they're waiting for. Zane's going to be locked down, Burning Shadows, he's not level 6 just yet, so he can't run away with Reflection. But he's barely out of range, Scout coming in with advantage, will it be enough? He's going to make sure, auto attack, can't get the final one off. Neither one is level 6, which probably would have been the big thing for that hero. Malphus down in the middle lane in the meantime. Bubbles is fine, but this tower is going to be heavily pushed in. And this should be a free tower kill, so still no hero kill.
The Hellborn takes Jin Tower.
Still no hero kill coming out right here. As the tower falls, though, in favor of the Hellborn team. 3,700 gold lead now, as well as a 1,200 experience lead. Bottom lane being pushed in now by Scout Tempest. Obviously, the missed gank definitely hurts them, but they're just going to try to take advantage of pushing it. But now with the Elemental Void being down, you see Fade's back in here, Engineer nearby. Burning Shadows connects, Scout's in trouble, he's vanished, but he's next to the tower. Cannot get in range with Engineer, though. Scout's going to be fine. How's Deadwood doing? Going back to Deadwood in the meantime. Again, he's been active trying to set up kills on Pharaoh a couple times now that we've seen. It's 230 gold per minute overall. The idea, obviously he's a hard hitter with that log. The Rotten Grasp is also great. It's a decent AoE tool. It's not very, very efficient, better than anything else by any means, but it's solid for him. Clean up his creeps, his stacks. And here we go with another gank attempt. He's not level 6 just yet once again, but ooh, Pharaoh is barely able to stay out of range. And now he's in trouble, though. He does catch with the Mummy Walls. Deadwood actually being turned on. Who's going to die first? It will be Deadwood. Now Crimson Disciple also falls. Scout and Aluna come in. Scout's going to go down. What the hell just happened? All over the map. In the meantime, Fade picks up a kill in the middle lane. What was a 0-0 game, all of a sudden is a 3-2 hero kill lead in favor of the Hellborn team. Corrupted Disciple got 2 kills before he ended up dying. What just happened? 9 minutes in, starting to pick up big time now. Hellbringer finds himself up here. Malphus is not up just yet. About 25 seconds remaining. He's going to be caught by the Kelphood right here. He's looking to fall back. Mummy Wall's pushing back. There's the catch, though, from the Wrath of the Pharaoh. Hellbringer is in a little bit of trouble. 20 minutes still comes out. Deadwood running in, but again, he doesn't have his Falcon Punch just yet. He's going to be locked down by Tempest. No Elemental Void just yet either. So a lot of back and forth going on for no kills. Engineer pushing in the bottom lane in the meantime. And Fade is once again back to the middle lane right here. Corrupted Disciple, getting those 2 hero kills. I mean, DCX, man, look at that chart. Look at the gold per minute chart. I mean, this is just looking great for them, even though it's such a unique strategy. Engineer, he's in a lot of trouble. He's going to be gone. Marksman shot should do the job. Keck's done. Oh, not in time. Good attempt right there by Book, but did not do it in time. He gets taken out. Hellbringer leading the way, though. 340 gold per minute. I must say, I like to see that. Great Flock and Steam Boots. I mean, he has his build up now, so we're going to get an idea of what he's going to go for here. Will it be kind of that light brand into Grimoire? Will it be more utility, a tablet style, into maybe a Resto Stone? I mean, God, if he gets a Resto Stone, especially level 16, you all of a sudden 6 Malphite. Good luck stopping that. They do have decent AoE with like a Luna and Bubbles. And Tormented Soul spam. So it's, you know, they can definitely clear them out, but they'll still do plenty, I'm sure, even with the 1. Ooh, Corrupted Disciple might be in trouble up here. Pharaoh's level 6, setting up for a kill. There we go. There's the jump. Kelfield comes out. Deadwood is here. He has a rotten grasp. He's going to land the Falcon Punch on a Pharaoh. Tempest ultimate is ready to go. There's the Elemental, but it doesn't hit Corrupted, though. He missed Corrupted as Disciple. He's going to end up falling. Fate comes in with the Burning Shuttles anyways. And the chase is now on in favor of DCX. Animosity, I think they're just completely off guard, caught off guard, too. I mean, they're just like, wait, what is going on here as far as the strategy goes? And Justice League is just building a huge lead all of a sudden. 6,000 gold lead, 5,000 experience lead. Misplay's not helping either. Scout's going to go for an opening. He's going to look to take out Corrupted. And Bubble's assist! Yes, it will be enough. But now, here's the return. Rock Grasp lands. Fade with the return. Bubble's going to fall. Scout barely lives. Oh, man. Scout barely survives. Pharaoh, in the meantime, now chasing Fade. Marksman shot to finish off Fade. So Scout barely living, definitely the difference maker. And now Deadwood being chased. Roman is still not going to be out for a wall. Mummy walls are up in 4 seconds, but the Rotten Grasp will cancel that, and Deadwood should be fine.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
As he falls back. While that was all happening, bottom tower was pushed in. So obviously a couple of big kills coming out for Animosity. But you see right there, Justice League. Overall picture, they're still looking pretty good. Crypto Disciple, even with that death, he's still sitting at 360 GPM. And does he have Energizer? Yeah, he does. Finishes it right there, and he has another 600 gold on top of that. So, yeah, Deadwood, obviously, he's not even going for a portal. He actually buys a major totem. Oh, he sells it, actually. Getting the steam boost, goes power supply, so changing his mind a little bit right there. But, you know, I wonder if that's some insight into what he's probably going to be going for. Metallic Man instead of the portal key. More of a utility style here. Hellbringer in the meantime, he's going to be gone out. There's the ultimate, though. Malphus comes out, raining from the skies as hell, man. Down goes Scout, maybe? Scout's going to barely live, not for long, though. Hellbringer turns it around. He still has this life void, by the way. Shell Surfeit does connect, but he doesn't follow it up. That ultimate was huge because the marksman shot was being channeled right there. Here comes the response now. Down goes the Luna.
Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Shackles and Void is still up for Hellbringer. I don't even think he used that fight. He's going to use it right here to kind of heal up, but that was some good timing with that Malphus. If he didn't use it right there, he probably would have been dead, honestly. As that marksman shot again was being channeled. So, Animosity, I'm sure they probably realize they're pretty far behind now. They are pretty far behind. See, seeing Rock's making a point, pulling Meta. Obviously, you saw them right off the bat taking advantage of that, pulling the creep wave. Helping out Deadwood in the jungle. And of course doing the can't pull.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Oh, we do see Deadwood actually. He's going to be collapsed on. Pharaoh's going to end up dying. Deadwood tries to get the Falcon Punch off. Not in time though. Shell Surf come through, but all 4 heroes on DCX are going to fall back. Before that happens, as we approach that 50-minute mark, I definitely wonder if Animosity, if they even realize how far behind they are, honestly, at this point. 6,500 experience at 11,000 gold lead. I mean, Scout, and this, you know, if this was a Suicide Scout, maybe a different story, but this was a short lane priority farm Scout, but didn't really work out that way. The Engineer Fade man-up lane obviously proved to be very effective there by Justice League, as even with Tempest in the jungle here, with the Luna babysitting Scout, the kill potential wasn't nearly as high as the Fade Engineer. And that really showed. Fade's roaming around, he has a tablet command picked up, he's going to try to find somebody with that ultimate of his. He runs by an electric eye though, so might be spotted anyways, but really wasn't near anybody. See a Legion team, they're going to collapse here at the top side. That's a fake Corrupted. Oh man, is he going to bait something here? He very likely might. Scout coming in. Bubbles coming in. Are they going to Kelfield? This will be big. Yep, there's a Shell Surf. Here comes the silence. Kelfield going to be used. And it's like, wait, what? That wasn't supposed to happen. You see right there? Crypto Disciple doing a good job using those illusions. Baiting out quite a bit. Marksman shot Kelfield. Some resource, some time in general. Ended up being absolutely nothing right there. So this DCX, this is something here. Again, game number 3. They're busting out the big guns. Must-win game, and Well, they're winning. Sustainer just picked up by Hellbringer. You know what that means. Does he have the Arcana on top of that? He's farming 400 gold per minute. Is he actually... I think he might be the recipe away. I feel like if he had the Arcana, he would have it on him. I mean, that's a really good extra farming tool, so it's kind of silly not to have it on him, but... Instead of even something like the power supply. But that Resto Stone, gonna be in the makings. Gotta pay attention to the mana cost. I mean, obviously at level 16, and right now it'd be 300 plus the... It's 300 for Resto Stone, right? Yeah, 300, so 900 total. Middle lane, they're collapsing. Fade coming in. Revor's down, they see him. In comes Malphus! Tempest gonna be locked in as well as Bubbles. Tempest gonna fall before he can even blink an eye, basically. He eventually goes down. The rest of the Legion squad gonna run away. TPS Prices, he's gonna go for the TP. And he will be fine with that, but here come the two Malphite now. Obviously a level 11 Hellbringer. Two Malphite spawn. Bubbles. He does not want any of this action. He's gonna fall back. And Crowd the Disciple just continues to push the top lane in the meantime. Tower kill.
Takes down a
Bottom
Legion
lane,
tower.
you got Deadwood trying to recover the best he can. He's actually building an Astral Lane. No, that's not him. That's Engineer. That makes more sense. I'm like, what is going on? He is going to be going that Portal Key in the end. Scout, uh-oh. He's going to run. He sees the electric guy. Scout's going to open. Routes for... Oh, but he hit the creep wave! Oh, no! The creep wave. It gets in the way. That's got to be embarrassing. Zinz and Embry thought they had a sure kill, and unfortunately, the creeps say no. So we're now at a 14.5 thousand gold lead and 9,000 experience lead here. Shrunken Head coming along for Corrupted Disciple. Another 1,500 gold on Fade, so Portal Key for him could be coming along. Also, Dewids we just talked about. And again, if Hellbringer only needs is the pattern, 1875 I think it is, he is just about there. He's going to clean up this triple stack. See the Death Boy, the Life Void. Good combination. Ooh, Fade's looking for a kill on Zinz. Zinz is low. Oh, he misses the goal!
Say my name!
That almost backfired right there. Top lane, Hellbringer's low. Scout is here. Marksman shot is up. He's going to use the Energizer, hoping to run away. There's the opening. Scout gets a kill. He might get two. No, Conduit's applied. And Scout runs away. That's a big pick, though, in a story fighter. Basically, all that farm that he just got right there kind of nullified. So that's unfortunate. Meanwhile, middle lane, Engineer being gone on. Support coming in from Deadwood. He jumps over the border. Keep down. Goes Tempest in the background. As Fade also assists. Kelphil going to be his lock them down. Bubbles is going to be able to get away as a result. As well as Aluna, so. Tempest dies for the Engineer kill. You see Scout running away, but again, this goes back to the Scout. He's doing a lot of roaming around, looking for kills. You see once again right here, but I mean, the way they drafted him, he was a farming Scout. You see, he is going to TP to the bottom. No, he goes back to base. Actually, he wants a mana, but you know, it's the point of the bottom lane is if he should go down here, you know, pick up that farm. But his GPM obviously 280 gold per minute, not where you want him to be at all. Corrupted Disciple, that Shrunken Head, I believe, is purchased, being delivered right here. Fade finds an opening on it. Bubbles. Deadwood going to come in for the assistance. Rotten Grasp, not going to hit, though. Bubbles actually makes a nice play right there. Did he take cover the Burning Shells? I think he did. Well played. So, Invis Runa, Corrupted Disciple. Again, he's got his new toy with the Shrunken Head. And he's actually looking to roam and find a kill himself. His Engineer even trucking it over. They're going to the bottom lane, but he runs past the Rev Void, and the Luna will quickly fall back. Scout in the meantime at the top lane. Gets quickly purchased. Wonder if he's going to just go for that Brutalizer route still. Or knowing that he's more the farming Scout, maybe something like the Firebrand. Hellbringer. Okay, if he had enough, I mean, he would buy the pattern right here and he'd have the Resto Stone. So we'll get an answer here in a second. Finish off the last Ice Ogre. Oh no, Scout's coming over again. They are all trucking over. There's the rest of Stone purchase. And he's falling back to base. Look at Scott's like, no, stop running, stop running! It's not going to happen, though. The team was all coming over. They really wanted to take out Hellbringer. But they just couldn't get there in time. So Resto, Stone, Hellbringer. Now again, looking at the mana pool. He actually doesn't have enough mana currently to cast it all together. He needs 900 total for a Malphus, Resto, Stone, Malphus. And that even gets higher at level 16. So he needs to... Well, he needs to do something about that. As far as what else he gets. I mean, you know, get another utility tool here. But, you know, that's where you say going the straight Resto Stone might not have been the best choice, but I think it's more of a case. It's just so hard to pass up, man. I mean, your Malphus, your Hellbringer with 2 Malphus spawning right now, you can spawn 4 Malphus. Imagine that. So it's so hard to pass up, so I can understand from that perspective. But yeah, it's logically, you know, math-wise, it's like kind of, well, you actually can't even do it right now, so you kind of have a dead item to an extent. Other than the, you know, the stats it applies, of course. And that's without casting anything else. So even when he gets over that 900 mana, which he has now with the input, so he does have 1,000 mana with the input. So, I mean, even that though, you know, that's without him casting Death Boil, Life Void, even though Holy Shackles. I mean, you want to at least cast the Life Void, if not both Death Boil as well, in those fights. So you want to have, I think it's safe to say, around 1,400 mana at least. 1,500 to be really safe.
Goes down.
Conqueror's gonna fall though. Yeah, because you figure once it's level 16, he needs 1,100 mana to just do the ultimate and the rest of the stone together, so... Yeah, 1,500 at least, I think is the best number for Hellbringer here. Conqueror goes down, though, in the meantime. Doing all this theory crafting. Corrupt the Disciple gets that token. Brutalizer is going to be the choice here by Scout, so... Again, I even look at that and it's just like, I don't know what Animosity is expecting to happen here. They just think they're playing the Scout as if he's that Suicide Scout when, you know, in reality he is the farming Scout. He is the carry Scout here for this team. I mean, what else are they leaning back on? They got a Bubbles, 267 gold per minute. He has a tablet currently, and that's it. So the Steam Boots, of course, but yeah, it's just and you're already so far behind at 14,000 gold. So I just don't think this Brutalizer pickup makes a whole lot of sense, but. And, well, speaking of him, he's going to be jump once again. It's going to be enough. Silence comes out. Fade already using his abilities. So tap it. Oh, the Elemental Void misses. Oh, that hurts. Panic. I love you, man, but that's a couple of ultimates now that have just not gone your way. Good Tablet of Command reaction. Coming out from Zane right there. And here we go, pushing into the base, or, well, into the base. And we're outer tower's up, on the Legion side. Disciple just finished a Firebrand. Restostone again, it's up, but he only has enough for ulti, resto, ulti, pretty much, so. He is being delivered something. Okay, he has a Neophyte, but he's like, I just need mana. I don't even care what I turn it into. I just need the mana right now, so yeah, that makes sense here. He has 1053, what is it, int boots, 1183, so. He'll be able to cast a Life Wood on top of that at least. But I mean, even so, I mean, then he's going to be out. He'll have to rely on regen, so. Still not the most ideal, but he does have that double ultimate here. That's the thing, too. He can't waste his Death Boil here on spamming out Creep Wave. Not that he needs to. They already have plenty of that. Tempest, Portal Key. Ring of Sorcery, Steam Boots. He's ready to go. Well, not really. He doesn't have his Elemental Void right now. So yeah, that even makes that miss Elemental Void that much more impactful. The fact that they're now trying to push in right here. Not having that threat, and that's probably why even. Dawnbringer is coming along here. Well, first Frostburn at least. From Corrupt the Disciple. We got the Mighty Blade. Oh, Fade's looking for an opening. Finds it on a Bubbles. Bubbles gonna fall. There's the 2 Malphite. Doesn't spawn the next set yet. Gonna wait for that. Not necessary. I don't even think that was necessary in the first place, to be honest. But anyways, it looks pretty. Here we go. Pharaoh's going to be out. There's a second set of Malphite. And Pharaoh just melts. Look at Bubbles buyback. He's going to start falling to the ground. He gets able to tap it over the ledge, though. Hellborn team, though, getting very aggressive at chasing. You see Scout in the background. He runs away. Engineer is picked off, but he even got his energy field down, so he did his job there. And now here we go into the base. Four Malfire up. Tower's going to end up falling right here. Barrel's going to be resurrecting in 6 seconds. Tempest, no limit to voice still for 45 seconds though. The Malfire, there's still 3 of them remaining. Plenty of damage, but they are going to be falling back here in the end, so. Not going to be the ultimate base push here, by any means. But once again, if you're Justice League, you're still feeling very good about this game. And so am I, honestly. I mean, again, just seeing a very unique, fun strategy like this come together and work pretty well in the end. Definitely good news. But I definitely think Animosity has its faults. Again, I keep looking back at the Scout, his item selection in general, still going for that Brutalizer. Just don't know if I can agree with that. The start that he had as a whole, you know, obviously, it was definitely good laning by DCX, even with the man-up dual lane. Clearly worked to their strengths. Bubbles was not going to win his match on mid. And then the top lane. Obviously, Pharaoh wasn't really able to do much out of that. So, really, in a sense, I mean, all 3 lanes were lost by the Legion team. And definitely not setting yourself up to have a good time. So, it is more, I think, of DCX just really catching Animosity off guard, as they did for all of us, really, of what they were going to do. And, you know, what better time to do that than in the game number 3? See Deadwood even, holy crap. I mean, this is a jungle Deadwood. He is now at 350 gold per minute. He's got his souls, he's got a portal key. You would have thought this guy was a middle lane Deadwood here. Equip the Disciple, Frostburn finished. All 5 grouped up here. Oop, double damage rune. That's nice. Sure he's gonna hand it off to Corrupted here. Hellbringer has his Restless Storm ready to go. Malphus. He's not level 16 just yet, so still gonna be only 4 Malphite total. But once again, into the base we go. Corrupted Disciple still has that token for another minute here. With that double damage rune bottled up. This is gonna hurt. Legion team, they do have an Elemental Void this time, so that's the saving grace. Can they do it once again? Hellbringer can stop that even with the Shrunker Dead, let alone with that one. Damn, a lot of damage on Corrupted. He has a double damage up. Just gonna pound into the melee reacts. Tempest gets caught in the background. Pandy's gonna end up falling. He won't even get a chance. He does have a buyback. He needs to use immediately, which he does. Here comes the first set of Malphite. There's the second set. And here we go. Tempest in the background. Energy field is up. He is not gonna go in though. Again, especially with the energy field, not much he can do. And here we go. Now it's a chance. There's a chance. They're clumped up big time. Go, go, go! There's the jump from Tempest. Do they have the damage follow-up? Token of Life gonna go out right there. Comets put down. Tempest not gonna start falling. Sabo comes back up. The Malphits are doing so much damage. They're doing so much damage with the aura stack. Tempest out. A genocide coming out. Buybacks galore are happening, but I just think it's gonna be too much in the end, obviously. Man. That was pretty, though, at least. I mean, that was... DCS clearly just got to a point of they just didn't care. They almost... I wonder if they almost wanted that ultimate to happen. Because, again, with those Malphite sitting on top, those aura stack, those immolation aura stack, that's a lot of damage that adds up. It sure was, Sandrox. That was definitely a mothership style of ultimate right there. Obviously, again, Justice League didn't help to do anything to not let that happen. They were just, that was the complete, they basically were the center of the hole right there from the beginning. I mean, they were just all right on top of one another. But yeah, so even with the big Tempest ultimate, and again, the Malphus, just, the Malphi, excuse me, obviously did way too much. So, and now Hellbringer, if he can get level 16 by the time that Resto Stone cooldown is up, the 6th Malphi will enter Heroes of New Earth. And that's where it's even deadlier. Brutalizer finally finished by Scout. So not only was it just a very head-scratching item choice here on Scout, you know, especially with the role he's played this game, but it took him forever to get it, honestly. I mean, 31 minutes in, he finally has it.
Smashing!
So, Obviously not helping the situation of animosity there. And once again, Justice League just continues to be even further ahead. Lightbrand's going to be finished on bubbles. That's when you know something's just off. I mean, he's going a 31-minute Lightbrand. He doesn't even have a portal key. He did go the tablet route, but he's going a 31-minute Lightbrand here. He knows they need damage, so it makes sense, especially once again going back to Scout's build, but don't think it's going to be enough in the end. You're dealing with a 500 plus GPM corrupted. You're going to deal with 6 Malphite here in the very near future. Your base is just going to melt. Meteor is big here. That's true for Tempest. I mean, it's up to 6% of the max life here, which is the damage. And, you know, when there is a lot of just AoE presence here on the Hellborn side where they are clumped up a lot of the time, especially with those Malphus. That is good against them, but Elemental Void's not up to... Wow, Deadwood jumped in right there. He actually gets caught. There's the first spawn of Malphus, so it's still the 2 of them. There's the second spawn. Very preemptively right there. Scout goes in, gets a kill, but now he's got to look at him to start falling. Scout will go down. Deadwood did go down, but with Scout dead, he has no buyback. And the base now going to be heavily pushed in. See Legion team doing all they can, spamming their AoE, looking to kill the Malphite off one by one. We'll see the tower in the end. Malphite doesn't do as much damage as maybe you would think.
Legion tower.
Against those towers, I mean, they did kill it in the end, but that definitely was pretty slow, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot quicker. I mean, I'm sure with 6, it obviously changes, but still, I mean, they don't really hit that hard compared to a level 3 Malphite before the change happened. I mean, that level 3 Malphite, the tower seemed to just drop to that guy, so. Those are basically like slightly stronger level 1 equivalent Malphite. God, I hate saying that. Look at that. Lightbrand. Or Frozen Light, excuse me, just picked up. But I have to double check the name real quickly. Rarely see that one picked up, but Frozen Light picked up by Hellbringer. I don't see why not. He's just gonna turn that into a full Dawnbringer here, but obviously it makes a little more sense for him and his style of hero to go the Frozen Light first, more so than the Searing Light. Once again, his mana pool now is actually pretty comfortable, and it's, even on Strength Treads, he's at 1,300 mana. Like I said, I would like to see a 1,500 mana, as he is level 16 now, so in total it would be 1,100 mana cost total for the double ultimate. Oh, Corrupted Cyber going to be gone. They try to jump Scout. Here comes the Pharaoh initiation. Corrupted Cyber gets that, shrugging it off though. Down goes Pharaoh. The Conduit only had 2 charges, but it's enough. Hellbringer's running in, doesn't have his Malphite, doesn't matter. Tempest goes down with the Elemental Void on cooldown, or off cooldown. Scout gets jumped. He goes down as well. Kelpgo catches a couple. Bubbles just going to run away. You see the buyback situation. I mean, Tempest, Bubbles, and Pharaoh all completely out of buybacks. Scout has one, but he doesn't have gold for it. And into the top lane they go. Here we go. They're going to look to push it in. 30 seconds on Tempest. They still have an Elemental Void left. Maybe. Once again, the Restless Stone here on Hellbringer.
A Legion barracks gets destroyed.
Racks go down. Obviously, the middle melee racks were taken out. Bubbles shell serve just says, well, get away. They do after they get the racks. And here we go with a double. Restoration still ready to go on Hellbringer. Pharaoh jumps in, but he's like, this was a horrible decision. He gets caught by the Rotten Grasp. There's the follow-up, and Sensible Fall. Not too sure what he was thinking. Not liking life, apparently. They're going to fall back. I mean, Congo is up if they really want to do it, but... Chase is on. Scout looking for a kill. Again, Hellbringer's ready to go. Whenever we're going to see it, you know what's coming. There's the first set. Here comes the second set. No, he's not going to use it just yet. Only keeps to 1 set. Disappointing. There's the second set. Scout's going to end up falling. You got to do it one after the other, damn it. Come on. Come on, Storyfooter. GG, well played. Gotta give a shout out to Animosity. You know, honestly, they probably even know it as well. They probably would have.
And with that, the Hellboard wins.
CC'd in a different environment, but yeah, I have a feeling they knew Hellbringer was close to level 16. Wanted to see the double ultimate there from Hellbringer, and sure enough, We gotta see it with the 6-mile fine total. So that was fun finish at least. Fun game overall. Holy crap, though. I mean, is this a shift in the meta? Is DCX saying, boys, things are changing? I don't think so, but it was fun to watch. I mean, a jungle Deadwood, a solo mid Hellbringer. Yeah, game number 3, it just caught Animosity off guard. I don't think there's another way to put it, really. It was just a clever strategy by DCX there. Obviously, I'm sure they practiced that at least once or twice, if not more. And they felt like now was the time to pull it out, and it worked out beautifully. I mean, from the beginning, really, the laning phase, all 3 lanes just did not do well at all for Animosity, and that showed as the game picked up. So, congratulations to Justice League. Once again, they stay alive. That's going to do it for Animosity here in this cycle. Obviously, that means they're going to be knocked out here. And moving down to the losers, or wow, what am I saying? Animosity's done. They are in the losers bracket. They're going to be done here as they get knocked out. And they will finish in 9th through 12th place spot. So, you know, again, for a team that just formed, really coming into the cycle once again, they're trying to go that method, see if they can make it work. Obviously, this cycle didn't work out too well in the end, but we'll continue to see. Keep an eye on that, how it progresses moving forward. But knocked out here, Justice League stays alive. Justice League is going to be playing nice prize pool in the next round. Nice prize pool, of course, winning their match. So the brackets definitely coming along very nicely right here. In fact, real quickly, pull them up on screen for you guys. Again, HoNTour.com, the events tab. You can check this out for yourself. Stay Green versus IG. I believe they're still in game number 1, so definitely got that series going on. Team Excellent versus Lion Esports Club, and I think they might even be waiting for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a break here because I want to get that set up, and I want to get moved on to our next series. Lion Esports Club versus Team Excellent, I believe, is the series we're going to be looking to covering here next. So, with that said, definitely stay tuned, guys. We'll be back. We got game number 1 of that series, Lions versus Team Excellent, going to be coming up next here on HoNcast. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.
Just like the hearse, you die to get in again. We are so far from you. Burning on, just like a match, try to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. And what's the worst to take from every heart you break? And like the blade you stain
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As you can see, we are in game number 1 here. So we have Lion Esports Club taking on, Lion Esports Club taking on Team Excellent. We just casted Justice League and they beat Animosity, but here we go with Lions versus Team Excellent here, the winner bracket semifinal matchup. One of the two, of course. The other winning bracket semifinal, Stay Green versus Internet Gangsters. You can actually check over there on Coldcast, casted by Beef, twitch.tv/Coldcast. Is over there, and I believe they're already even in game number 2. Stay Green did win that first game. They did start a little bit earlier, though, but Stay Green did win that first game, and they are currently in game number 2 once again. So definitely head on over there as well, or get dual streams going, whatever you like. That's why we got multiple sources of coverage for you guys. You get to choose, pick and choose. Hopefully it makes it good for you guys. Lion Esports Club versus Team Excellent here, though, and here we are in game number 1. So with that said, first things first, once again, Lion Esports Club, we got to see them yesterday against TMSR. It took them 3 games, but they did take out Too Much Sugar, 2-1 in that series. And moving on here, the opponent before that, defeating Donkey Kong, of course, advancing up from that gold division, only to go back down, unfortunately, for them. But anyways, Lion Esports Club, playing with Fuzi here. Swindle, I actually had him ask me that question of who do I think is going to win this series. And if I had to choose somebody, honestly, I lean a little bit towards Team Excellent. A couple of reasons. One being they are coming off, more so that Lions is coming off a disappointing loss in the Sound Blaster Heroes League qualifiers, as they lost to Justice League, which meant they're going to have to play another qualifier to try to qualify for that tournament still. Whereas also, Lions is playing with a new player in Fuzi here. Fuzi, not that he's a bad player by any means, but it is a new player. And even more to that, yesterday when watching them against Too Much Sugar, I really feel like this is a team which can work a lot of the time just because their skill could take them there. But they get a little too focused on wanting to kill the other team. You know, wanting to play extra aggressive, wanting to really go for hero kills. And I think that kind of hurts them in the long run when it comes to the farming game. When it comes to, there's several points yesterday against TMSR specifically, where I'm sitting there like, they're really, I mean, they're constantly looking for kills. It's even backfiring on them, rather than just getting even further ahead. And that goes back to the classic quote I like to bring up, Artosis from StarCraft. Whenever you're ahead, get further ahead, is basically what it comes down to. And it seems like Lion Esports Club, they tread that fine line of, well, we want to make some big plays, we want to go for the kills, which again, can be flashy, fun to watch, and can definitely work, but in the end, might come back to hurt them in the long run. But we'll see moving on here. Here we are once again in what is game number 1 here of this best out of 3 series. So, Lion Esports Club versus Team Excellent. The draft moving along here. A lot of chat going on with that said. Not sure what that's about. I've been focused on casting here. So, as far as the bans go, then I miss, it looks like I missed the initial ban. We had Prisoner, Pebbles, Engineer, and then Lodestone, it looks like, was the ban on top of that. We had a first pick Scout coming out, followed by the Ophelia response, Master of Arms, and a Rally. So you still have that Tempest and Keeper combination coming out here. But,
Tempest.
speaking of that, there's the Tempest, and, well, it's like they were reading my mind, or more so, it's just pretty damn obvious. Tempest picked up by Lions, and Pew's like, we'll take whichever, well, we'll take the Keeper, I guess. I mean, obviously, if Lions went Keeper, you probably wouldn't go Tempest every Team Excellent, seeing as you already have that Ophelia. So those picks happen. Now into the banning stage. Corrupted Disciple into Fade coming out right here. And moving along. Obviously, once again, too, I know a lot of people are intrigued by, as they should be, we just have great matchups coming at you. Once again for Cycle 4. And even as Swindle was talking, I really want to reiterate that. I mean, he was definitely stressing the issue that the competitive scene right now, I mean, There is this I don't know what you call it, stigma, whatever, going around that, oh yeah, the scene's dying. Honestly, the scene's been dying for 2+3 years, according to the vocal minority. I mean, take it how you will, but when it comes down to it, when it comes to the quality of play, when it comes to the amount of teams that are still putting the time that they are investing, into practicing as is, making a point, scrimmaging and whatnot, and ultimately providing a good show here on the weekends and HoN Tour specifically, amongst other events like the Sound Blaster Heroes League, like the Ultimate Series, there's still a strong competitive scene. And, if you're a fan of watching Heroes and Heroes, which I assume if you're tuning in you are, that's something to feel good about. Who cares what the ones are saying? Who cares what ultimately the numbers look like as far as viewers around you? If you love what you're doing, that's what I've always stressed, and I will continue to do it until my last breath. that if you enjoy what you're doing, man, just do it for that purpose. Don't be a sheep. Don't follow others just because you wanna fit in that sense. So, and I love Heroes of Newerth, and again, hopefully if you're tuning in, you do as well. And there's still quite the damn strong scene. Definitely backed it up. Again, you could even argue one of the probably the strongest scene we've ever seen as far as the competitive scene goes. Anyways, kind of a side note there. Moving along here in what is, again, game number 1. So the banning phase coming through, Corrupted, Fade, Moon Queen, Nymphora, Sandwraith, Devourer. You see the Devourer ban, and you always know whenever there's a Devourer ban that there's most likely a guy named Super KGE in the game, and that's obviously what is over here for Lion Esports Club. So they go the Wretched Act pick, but very carry-heavy band on Team Excellent with that Corrupted Moon Queen and Sandwraith. So Lions, they go the hag themselves in the end. And that's probably going to end up being more of that carry style. So they're probably looking for that middle hero here, as Torture's the final pickup. Speaking of middle hero, obviously Pebble's already banned. I mean, you got more Axis is still on the board. It could go a little bit different, maybe something like the Gauntlet. that's a hook ability. I'm sure Super KG has experience on him, or something else altogether. So we'll see. Again, what they end up doing here with that final pick. Blacksmith, just saying. Roll the dice. Electrician? Man, that's a hero we haven't seen in a while. But, oh yeah, I had a point there before all that. About that. Anyways, the brackets, of course, in the losers bracket, not only do we have Justice League taking on nice prize pool to stay alive and move along here in the Cycle 4, but Team USA versus Too Much Sugar. That could easily be a winner bracket semifinals, even a winner bracket final, hell, even the grand final matchup. But it just so happens it's in the losers bracket round 3. Based on how the teams have played out so far. So, obviously, we'll keep an eye on that. And I also have a feeling I wouldn't be surprised if Beef over there, if that series ends up finishing up quickly, especially with it getting started sooner, if he jumps into that one. So, worst comes to worst, too. If that one's still going on, most likely we'll jump into it. But, anyways, at the very least, we'll have some updates for you as we move on. So, with that said, we're still waiting on this final pick. 15 seconds now to go. Before we wrap up here, for our Legion side specifically. I got the right click on Keeper. Unfortunately, that is not possible. It is going to be Pestilence, so it's definitely another one that comes to mind. And, as I always say, if you're going to have Pestilence, it's nice to have that physical synergy with him, and they definitely got that in Scout at least, and even Wretched Act to an extent later on in the game. So that makes sense. Balfagor being right-clicked here. Let me look at the lineup real quickly. Is that possible? I mean, they got Ophelia on Keeper. Warbeast is even still on the board. They already have the Suicide Keeper, though. So probably, unless we want to run a short lane Keeper here, or excuse me, short lane Warbeast even here. But they are right-clicking the Balfagor, and yeah, I mean, the short lane Balfagor definitely wouldn't be out of the question, especially with the Ophelia on Keeper. I almost want to say Warbeast would be more beneficial, though, just because of that Battlecry buff, if that's the route they're going for in the end. Oh, man, they need to choose quickly! It is going to be Dark Lady. Okay. Man, they were... Have that go to the very edge right there. The very edge. But indeed, we do see the Dark Lady pickup. Alright, with that said, let me make social media announcements. We jumped right into this game. So I want to make sure to get that out real quickly right here. We have the winner bracket semifinals coming at you. Coming at you. Lion vs. Exet. Happening now. There we go. Alright, so let's get it on, as the announcer says. Let's indeed. Let's move into game number 1 here. GLHF all around. So seeing the Pestilence pick up, being played by Super KG. As it's talked about it, for the options left, it definitely is. It makes sense. Like, again, obviously Pebbles being banned, Raleigh already being picked up, things like that. So, I guess Deadwood was still there, but yeah, they do value the Pestilence in the end as that pick. So, Dark Lady being that final pick by Team Excellent, by the way. Obviously, they get that hard carry. And, again, they were thinking about maybe something like the Warbeast, the Balfagor for that short lane to really go mass push. But I wonder if that had a little bit to do with Nox maybe not being as strong on heroes like that. When it comes to Nox, obviously he's known as one of the best, arguably the best farming player in the game. But when it comes down to the heroes he plays, he does play the right-click hard carry heroes. Your Silhouette, your Moon Queen, I guess Dampier is a little bit of a different flavor, but it's not like, let's be honest, difficult to do it on him either. And Dark Lady in this case, this seems to be more his style of hero in the end. You know, whether or not he has the most War Beast or Balfagor type of experience, being with the minions and whatnot, might have had something to do with the decision. And that would not surprise me at all. From